Hello everyone, welcome to Ecosystem Podcast, a space where we dive into life's complexities.
This is not just a conversation, it's an exploration of things that we feel, but rarely say out loud. So,
let's uncover,
reflect,
and connect.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm very well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah. Happy to be finally back.
Yes. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So, how was your week?
My week has been okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bit of work.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I'm saying a bit, but I've been so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Okay.
How was your week?
My week was fine. Work as well. And then, yeah, I do have a flu. I just want to go away. Yeah, but I'm getting better. Yeah, so I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Mm.
I think we can dive right in.
Yes.
So today we're going to be speaking about some of the very underrated skills that people tend to take for granted.
Yeah.
But they're very important skills that everybody, and I mean everybody,
Yeah.
should be having, even especially now that we're adults.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Okay. Alright, so I think we could start with time management. Mm. Yeah, from the point of like managing your time as a form of self-love and not just a hassle, you know, doing it because you respect your time and you value your time, and also as well as the time for those who are around you, so your colleagues, your friends, if you're showing up for probably an event, like being there on time without making excuses. Yeah.
Especially that part as Africans.
Yeah.
Just making excuses. Oh, there was traffic.
Yeah.
Please get another line.
Yeah.
Because we know there's always going to be traffic.
Yeah. You should have left earlier.
Actually,
Yes. Oh.
I used to have like a boss in my former workplace.
Yeah.
She used to say that if you're early, you're on time.
Yeah.
If you're on time,
Then
you're late.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of makes sense, especially because I believe especially for Africans with the African timing, most of the people maybe who move from here and then go to places like maybe the US and the UK, they find a bit of culture shock, especially with time management, because people were there very on time. And then with African timing, when you say like maybe 11 and then somebody shows up like 1 hour later. So I think time management is really important.
Yeah.
So respecting people's time. Also, please, let's manage time.
Yeah. And also like prioritizing, say, your tasks, rather than like reacting to life.
Yeah.
You know, like proper planning.
That's
you
true.
know,
Yeah.
if you have like several tasks, you do them on time. And this is like something that like I totally relate to. As someone who's a procrastinator and I do things at the very last minute when it's a matter of life and death. But if I would improve on that and like probably plan ahead, do things on time, I'm sure like even the quality of my life will change completely. Yeah.
Especially that's also that point about procrastination. That's always when you're always going to find people asking. Okay, you're going to see that, especially now online, that people are posting whatever they do like, during the day. Somebody has done over 15 things in one day.
Yeah.
And then people are out there asking, do we have the same 24 hours? Okay, yes, I know we don't have the same 24 hours, like depending on different factors. Maybe some people are very privileged, maybe they have help in between, so they're able to do more things. But I think with time management, you're also able to do a bit more because you maybe sort of plan out your day. So you're also able to do.
That just reminds me, this popular guy who has been trending. It's called Ashton. Yeah, like I was reading like I was scrolling through his feed and then I saw one of his reels, and I think he's one of the people like who could like point to when you're talking about people who who are able to do too much.
And a very own routine.
And then he was like wake up early and get things done, and then go to bed early because like most bad things happen at night. You know, But if you wake up early, like not even bother you, like you can go to the gym by 5 a.m., get out of the gym, get into the office early, complete tasks, and then like probably from noon you have like the whole time to yourself, and you can probably even go to bed by 7 p.m. or something. I think one of the most effective ways to manage your time is just starting your day early.
Starting your day early, planning as well. And just respecting
prioritizing, the important things, and then, because in general, that's okay.
So that's time management. For me, I would say another important skill is financial literacy. So especially now that we need money and we're always going to be dealing with money, so financial literacy, where we're talking about spending, saving, budgeting, investing, and all that. So and especially right now, where the Kenyan education system has been accused of not instilling those financial skills to learn from an early age. We then got that now we have a lot of information out there. You're able to, we don't actually need to go and pay for a financial class. We're also able to find like some information online, information that we didn't even know existed. And especially also coming from backgrounds where our parents never used to talk about money. Money was like maybe a taboo. Or rather, we also used to have our parents also, maybe some of our parents, because it's not all of them. So money used to be a certain topic that they don't talk about with kids. So we thank the internet for that, because there's a lot of information. And the influencers will also talk about financial things. A good example is just so financial literacy for sure.
I think like in line with that about financial literacy, there's also about budgeting. I think most of us don't budget. What we do is like, now later when you realize that you've overspent, now you start tracking your expenses, right? So and then like in our mind, like we try to convince ourselves that was like budgeting, and also like making the mistake of like and this applies to like how people take out loans without a plan. Like you take a loan to just spend instead of like investing. I think like if we had those financial skills, we would really know how to manage our money better. And also there's the thing of living beyond our means. It's a lot to unpack.
Especially in finances. We're not financial advisors, so we're just
talking in general and from experience also. Because even when you look at things like chamas, because you realize, like even the merry-go-rounds, because I'm in several, like when you get the money, probably like it's a cycle, and you probably do like 3K each, and maybe it's a group of 10. So at the end of it, you get like say 30,000. Most of the time when that money comes, you feel like this is money that I've been denying myself and putting aside. So when it comes in that little chunk, you end up like misusing it and spending it all at once. So it beats the whole purpose of saving it in the first place, right? So I think even I need to get into this like autonomy, to understand about like soft investments, savings, all those things, because there's a lot to learn.
Things like good and bad debts. Because I've been there, done that. So financial literacy for sure. Another skill?
Okay, before we move on to the other skill, can you talk about the thing about like financial literacy? I think even entrepreneurship falls like under that wing, because I feel like more often than not, like I think this is a trend that I've seen, not only like within myself, but even like my friends and even family around me, like starting businesses, and then like they wither it down like after a short while.
So that's also part of financial literacy. But I think also for that there is also another like so many other factors. But I would also say that like starting a business is also going to require you to just plan a lot, especially when it comes to finances, so that you're not taking money out of your maybe your personal account, whatever you budgeted for your own needs, and taking it to the business. And then also not taking money from the business for your own needs, learning how to pay yourself. So there is a lot.
Wow. Yeah. When you talk about, every time I have a conversation with anyone about finances, I feel like I'm so green. And I don't know anything yet about that. But anyway, we learn every day, right?
We do learn.
Yeah.
And we are going to be enrolling in those financial
classes. Yes. All right. So we could move on to the next.
So I would say another important skill is negotiation. You're also going to find that you need negotiation everywhere. Whether it's your salary in a job interview, whether it's just a simple thing as going to the market and buying something, and you can negotiate and also have a better deal. So I feel like negotiation is also very important. You're also going to find that for some people it's very easy, and for some it's so hard. And especially for me, it's so hard. By the time I go and even negotiate and also maybe even bargain for something, it takes a lot.
What really? I mean, maybe I'm like an African parent. I walk into a shop, they're like, hey me, 1,000, and I'll be like, you can name me.
I don't want to be there.
But I get what you mean, like about negotiation. Maybe also in regards to that, like John, the career coach. Like there was a time that I think one of our reels also, where she was talking about like how you're supposed to respond when you're probably in an interview and they ask you about your previous paycheck or how much remuneration your previous company was giving you. So you're not supposed to like tell them that like a direct no, I don't want to discuss that. Like there are ways that you're supposed to to respond to that in a professional way. And I feel like every point that you are talking, whenever we speak, like it just boils down to like there's a lot of information online. So it's okay to spend time on social media, but you should be on the right pages so you can learn something, not just for entertainment. Right?
I love that she also mentioned somebody. I feel like Joanne, the career coach, because of course she's a career coach and she talks so much about negotiation, especially when you're having a job interview and you're also negotiating for the salary and of course other benefits. She's a very good person that you can also benchmark. So that's amazing. When it comes to negotiation for me, I don't know, for some reason I always feel so cornered, and I don't even know what to do. And then maybe sometimes I'll end up accepting whatever they give, and then I go home and start regretting it and maybe being so resentful. So you could pick a few skills, just a few people here and there who can teach you the art of negotiation, which is very important.
Okay. All right. So, so I don't know if this is related. Things just keep popping into my mind because I remember like very recently I was somewhere and then there's this lady who was giving a sermon about how the middle children are always the ones who go to the parents. Like if there's something like maybe the other kids or I feel it's not working out well, so they're always the ones who are always on the front line to bring up those issues. And now since I know you're a middle child, because I find I recognize that trait, that character trait to do with. Because if I'm not content with something, I'll talk about it. Okay, well not maybe not immediately, right in that moment, but I'll try to to amplify my voice and kind of negotiate for a better deal or something like that. So are you not acting like a middle child?
I don't know why. For that one, I cannot relate with the middle children.
But anyway, you're so different in so many ways. You always give off the vibe of a firstborn.
Maybe.
Even in the way that you're calm and collected. Okay. So maybe the other point I'm thinking about is conflict resolution in relationships, in the workspace, like that's such an important life skill that people kind of underrate. Because like the people who just completely shut down. And like sometimes conflict is healthy, like healthy disagreements. Because even in relationship, like that makes you grow. If you're able to talk about the issues that are bothering you, then you can grow from there.
Conflict resolution, even in things as simple as friendship. Because I don't think you're ever going to exist in a world where there is no conflict. So conflict resolution, because you find that some people will not even know how to deal with it. So we're going to maybe have a beef and then we'll keep on accelerating it. To a point that we might even lose our friendship just because of something very simple that we could have talked about. Or even maybe compromise to some extent. So also conflict resolution is also a very key skill that we all need.
And it's such a broad topic, because also like the kind of people who shut down and not talk, and then that builds up to resentment, and then the people who get like very emotional about it, and like it's very easy to like lose in a conflict. Okay, fine, there shouldn't be winners and losers, but if you're very emotional about it, like that's a weak point that people can manipulate. Especially in our workspace. They know that if people know that you get worked up about things, then they will always find a way to attack you, to make you look bad. So managing your emotions in general.
And then also the thing about personalities, as you also try and solve a conflict, you also have to know the personality of the other person, so that you don't go approaching a person the way you would approach another person. You just try and learn their personality, how they love to be talked to, how they love to be treated, how they like to sort out issues, so that you don't go maybe for example, let's say I'm very introverted and I'm trying to go to the specific. There's sanguines, there's cholerics, there's phlegmatics, and then the last one, which melancholic. I'm melancholic, and then you're a sanguine. So you as a sanguine will come to me as a sanguine, the way you talk to other sanguines. But for me, I would love to resolve my conflicts in a more calm way. I'm going to come and sit down, tell it to me nicely, so if you come to me in that way, then I'll maybe even shut down. So that's a big point. People should also try and look at people's personalities, try to solve conflicts.
And I think the thing about conflict resolution goes with this next point about like effective communication. Because now we're talking about like what you just spoke about, like understanding how people react to news and how they like to be approached. I think also that falls up under that radar of like communicating effectively. Because it's very easy for you to be heard, but it's not easy to make like, people listen to you and understand you.
So often communication is it might not be what was said, can be what was heard. So you might be communicating something, but for me the way I receive it, it's totally different. And I echo that. So you also have to really know the person that you're communicating to, so that you're also able to communicate in the best way possible for them. It's just like, for example, in education for us teachers, there's differentiation where you're going to maybe teach a certain concept in different ways for different students. So it's the same thing with communication.
And probably like in the corporate space, it's also understanding like the levels of communication, which hierarchy you need to follow. Because it's usually like very comes off not very nicely. Like probably I have a problem, and then maybe I came here to the director, and then surpass the manager, and then when go back and talk to them.
because why are you skipping the
yeah,
protocol?
yeah. So like that even if you had a genuine like concern and a problem, like now the weight of it, like for someone, because you become demoralized and you shut down like that, and then now
Your line manager will also be asking, why did you not come to me?
Yeah, so there's already like now you've already even created conflict happen. Yeah. So yeah.
And also like sometimes also looking at certain looking at the specific place where certain or maybe certain types of communication should be applicable. Let's say for example I'm in a very formal place, like for example my place of work. So the communication, the way I'm going to communicate at my place of work is not the same way I'm going to communicate with my friends. So formal and informal communication so that you're not going so that maybe if I send an email to you, you're not like replying, okay dear, dear, this is why. I also think people need to learn that please, not the right way to write an email.
Exactly. Yeah.
The way the right salutations.
True. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes. So that has just reminded me that like even this is a problem that I had. Like probably like you failed a client and then now in the emails you like start over apologizing, writing like could you please, like it's like you're begging. Professional language maybe.
And nowadays there's so many tools. Like now we have ChatGPT. You can just craft an email and type in whatever commands that you want.
Wow.
You don't have an excuse.
You have to do better. And like it's so funny, like we are talking about these things. Like, so for context, me and I went to the same high school, and I remember like all these things, like effective communication, conflict resolutions. There were like whole topics in life skills. So like it was a whole like effective communication. It was a whole topic with small little segments, and we were for granted very much. Like we even like sometimes used to refer to like the life skill lesson as a lesson to take a nap. Wow.
Just a lesson for one woman to come and take over.
Kind of, gosh, if we knew how important like this was, we would have paid more attention. But anyway, we still have time to learn. So
I would also say another life skill is just basic grooming, basic cleanliness. Because why are you a lady, even a man, and your nails? Like you have that, like that's clear on the pinky.
Oh my god.
So disgusting. Like you have a whole nail over here. Okay, this one nails are short. So why only we go this one? I've never understood that. And then you don't even need to go and maybe have the nails painted. You can just cut them, and then they are short and clean. But tell me why I'm looking at your nails and then there are those two black
things. They're so disgusting.
So it's just basic grooming. And then why at this age haven't you discovered Dio? Why are you smelling of sweat? And then on top of that, you go on to add a perfume on top of sweat.
I had someone say like there's a page that it's called like the accessibility social media addicts. All our references.
Well, at least we're educated.
Yeah, I don't remember but it was a joke. It's a page that sells perfume. So they were talking about like putting on Leo first before you put on your perfume. So now there's like why are you smelling like scented sweat? Like but it's so disgusting. Like you actually like have a nice scent, but it's being overwhelmed by sweat.
Please, you'd rather just stop buying the perfume and go buy Dio. We are not excusing people's and then you find a very good looking person.
Oh, you had a lot to unload. Okay.
My chest is heavy. You find a very good looking person, but then the sweat. It's just a tag. So just basic grooming hygiene, so you're clean. You're clean.
And brush your teeth, people.
We're getting past
general.
Yeah.
Not everyone, of course. Yeah. Bad breath is like, it's the worst time. I think I can. Okay, I'm not saying that I would want to, but I can handle such bad breath.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
For sure. So just basically make your hair. Please cut your nails. You can do your nails, but if you don't do your nails, make sure your nails are clean and short.
Yeah.
Please put on deo. I know there are people who use natural deo.
Yeah.
But there's sometimes when it's too hot, and the natural deo is not working. Let's consider it. So just basic grooming, hygiene.
Yeah. And also like dressing up. Like don't stop going to the office in crop tops and open shoes.
Especially the pattern of open shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we've left anything out?
I would say another one. So this one is going to be especially very direct attack on some of the men.
Okay.
Basic kitchen skills.
Okay.
Like how will you tell me you don't know how to boil a rice? They even rice cookers. I mean, just boiling rice.
Yeah.
So you're going to tell me that you can't even like maybe mix up like just a simple meal for yourself.
Yeah.
So especially just for men. I know there are ladies too.
Yeah. I think that cuts across all both. In our generation, I think both men and women we have that problem. And especially like in this era of like having house helps, even kids, like it's important to teach them to like clean up after themselves. Like not every time like when they maybe you know, like just small things like independence.
I know if you're able to afford help, you can get help. But sometimes I feel like some things are just basic survival things. Just know it doesn't hurt to just mix up stuff
for yourself. And also like if you're able to like get like even like small basic like home maintenance skills, like maybe you can fix a leaking tap, you can fix your bulbs by yourselves, you know, like it also saves you money.
And it's so interesting how some of the hand it works over here, for example, plumbing is looked down upon, but in other countries, and especially in the first world countries, so very high
paying jobs. True.
Because if you're able to fix, like for example, your leaking tap, fix your drainage.
Imagine you're sorted it out. So
I think I'll do better than this. The only plumbing I will do is just using a plunger.
I
love that. Any other one?
Let's see. I think we've covered the bits of everything. Okay, not all, but maybe
some of them.
Yes, maybe they could leave comments under our video and tell us
some of the
things that we left out.
Or just some of the skills that they feel are very important and people tend to forget.
Yes.
So that was it for today.
Thank you for tuning in,
and we hope to see you in the next episode. Please engage with us in the comment section, or even just feedback on our socials. And
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Alright, see you on the next time.
Bye.
Bye.